Hello.
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 Oh my god.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Fun game. Good game.
Hello everybody. We are here.
Yes.
We are ready for session 2 of Backstory session 2. I am a cup. Hello, I am cup. ICUP. How are everybody? How are the people in the chat with me right now? How is the Anthony doing?
Doing all right.
How is the
Yeah.
David doing?
Doing all right.
How is the Lynn doing? That's right, you didn't think I was gonna ask you.
Blat. Blarg.
Blarg. Exactly.
The usual suspects.
Mostly that.
Mostly that. I get that. Guys, we are about to jump in and see just what we're going to be able to do this time. I'll give a brief introduction to what happened last time. Very brief, because we don't have an Eric around to make him tell us. But mostly it will be just go and check it out. There was some bunch of really fun things there. This game will be different than the last game, in the fact of we don't have to go thousands of years into the past. So that's very fun. We are a lot closer to current time of when the game will take place. But we will see exactly how things will go. Let's go ahead and jump into
1969.
I mean, you're close. It's a lot
Nice.
closer. It's a lot closer than the last game.
I just wanted to have an excuse to say the number 69.
I wanted to say 69.
Nice.
Nice. Guys, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In the room right now, do any of you see a long black square or two long black squares on top of the desk?
I do not.
You don't.
Oh,
Oh,
black squares.
that's weird. Oh, do you see something where you're at right here? Do you see something over here? Do you see something right here? Is that where your hands are over here? It's over here. Oh, looks like you just clicked on something. That's real weird, right? Don't worry about it.
Did
I
I?
don't.
Yeah, don't worry about it. For those who
There-
want to know, on their side, that looks like this. They can't even see this little square here. They only see nothingness. That
I was
is
wondering what
important.
this gray square was. It's a fucking fog of
You
war.
can
isn't
see
it?
the gray square?
Square.
Yeah.
I see the gray
Oh,
square.
so you can see the gray square. Don't worry about the gray
So
square.
it's the same thing as this, same colors, the fog of war here.
Yeah. Don't worry about the gray
Thing.
square. None of you see the
Yeah.
gray square right now. There's a reason behind the gray square. Just know that. Just know there is a reason behind the gray square, and we can talk about the gray square later. But a lot of things are going to be going down because of that little gray square. And the last time, that is to say last week, whenever we had an Eric, we had gone through the entirety of the backstory of Actaeon, or Actaeon, whichever way we're going to say it. I still don't know which way is correct, but we said Actaeon a lot, so it's probably going to be Actaeon. We went through a big story with there. We got to the end of their tragedy. Unfortunately, they're Greek, so any story about them is a tragedy. Once we got into the modern day area, which is around, for those of you wondering, the current year that Actaeon got sent to was around 1984. Around that year is where things are seemingly going about. Whenever we got there, he was able to meet with the ruler servant of the current war. This ruler servant apparently used to be the caster servant, but was sort of removed themselves from that war and attempted to fight back against some crazy stuff going on, but was unable to do so. Ruler was able to summon another servant, however, and they summoned Actaeon to the current age. Actaeon is going to be going out and about and going to be waiting for a group of people to get there so that he can freely make his way throughout the city and potentially give aid to ruler in their cause. That being said, none of this has to do with that. Today,
Get out of here.
we're going to be following two others in doing their things. First things first, come over to your little areas, guys. You may notice that at your little areas, you have these two bags beside your little pixel art you have.
Mhm.
Inside these bags are 20-something little squares. I would like you to move those squares onto the other parts of your pixel art. I would like you to destroy Lynn's art that they did for you. Move from the bag the little squares and then put those on top of the pixel art to ruin it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The real tragedy.
Just drag it out. What are you doing?
I drew. It's here now.
Just
I don't know. What? It's been a long time.
I did not expect this to be the mechanical thing we're gonna be talking about.
God damn it, Nightshade.
I did not realize this was the mechanical problems we were gonna be having today. You just drag it. Just pull one out.
All right.
Just without even looking in it. You can stop looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just stop looking in it and then just go bloop. Just drag them out. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah,
Neat.
Been a
start
while,
putting
huh?
those on the things. Since you're
Been a
done
long
over here,
while.
Anthony, you may notice that you have 5 extra ones in here, Anthony.
Ah.
You have these 5 here. These are going to be your free ones. These are the ones that you have fully for free. We will jump into most things of the mechanics this game. However, we are not going to be jumping into the inspirations, which are these little squares here. We're not going to be jumping into those today. We're also not going to be jumping into a lot of the gauge today. You guys may notice your guys' gauges are different than Actaeon's. Actaeon had ether. You guys have ode. Ode is a funny little word throughout Type Moon things. It's mainly just think of it like your life force. That being said, we're gonna go into these 5 that you have extra here. First, Anthony, and Nightshade, looks like you found your 5 as well.
Yep.
I'm going to right click and I'm going to change the tint of them, and you will see. Flip them over. Go ahead. Hey,
Oh, hey.
You get 1 thing today. The other things we'll talk about later, but you get 1 thing today.
Amazing.
You're gonna get some extra skill points to start things off. That's gonna be pretty fun for you.
Hooray.
Nightshade, we're gonna get yours and we're gonna bring them down here as well. And we're going to right click and we're going to go over them and do this as well. Your 5. You also get some extra stats starting off. Look at you.
Nice.
Very nice. Very
I'm
nice.
a growing boy.
The other things again
I'm
aren't really
sure.
going to be too big of a deal this round, but we will talk about those when we get into the actual campaign. But you're also gonna get some extra stats today. That's literally some of the best things you guys can get today.
Tell me about it.
Speaking of the best things you can get today, I also just got $120 from Eggy. It says a plague doctor and a necromancer walk into a clinic, and unfortunately for both, their patient was a cynic. Fate to the 2 madmen. You guys are both getting a karma card. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
We'll talk about the donations things again today. Well, I'll show you guys the things over there in a second. So before anything, you have these 5 things. None of you got any extra squares. That's unfortunate for you. I would like for you guys to pick 1 line that you see on these things. It can be down, it can be sideways, it could be diagonal. I would like you to pick 1 line, and we are going to give you every square in that line.
Oh boy.
Furthest right.
The furthest right line.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you will get all of these squares, meaning all of these spaces are now free for you to put things in as far as your items and other things are concerned. We will see what these 7 are that you will be getting.
All right.
Picked it.
Oh, that's great for you.
Wow.
This is the best one I've ever seen.
That's huge.
This
What
is the
fuck?
best line I've ever fucking seen. So,
Yahtzee!
first
Basically.
off, extra magic. That's going to be fun for you. You're going to be starting with 2 extra AP, which I might actually give you this round because I think that's funny. But the squares here, the black squares, are going to be extra squares for you to take off. So you can get an extra 4 squares off of your thing here.
Extra 4
Nice.
squares, huh?
Yep. I would suggest them being connected to the ones you've already done. That way you can put more items there because every item has an amount of squares that they take up. I would suggest you putting them toward the ones that you've already.
So like these 4, I guess.
Those 4, or like you can do these 4, or like you can do like 2 of one and then down any sort of Tetris shape you want.
Any kind of shape you want.
We'll
do the square.
the square here.
Yeah.
Now let's see if you get any more free squares.
What are the odds?
No more squares.
It's fucking 4 extra mana to start though.
That is really good. Again, it's not really going to come into play much this round. You guys don't have really much to do on that front as of right now. The place you're going to is pretty heavily defended against magical things, so it will be rough for anything like that to go down. But don't worry about it. We'll get other things going whenever we do things. You have yours. You're getting the top line.
Yep.
All right. See if you also get the best one I've ever seen. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Yeah.
That's pretty good. You're getting a lot of life. You're gonna have so much life whenever we start things off.
I don't like how that's a portent for things to come.
Go ahead and give me 3 more that are connected to your side.
No, 3 I can't really do like a big chunk, so I guess I'll just do these 3.
Okay. And I will show you guys in chat exactly what all of these are doing as well for everyone. Another one.
Oh hey.
Go
shit.
right ahead.
All right, I guess we're doing this.
Okay. This one is.
What are the odds it's another fucking square?
It'd be really funny. Dang. But that's very good. That's very good for you.
All right.
I will get rid of all of the points here. Now, again, for those who don't know my system, for those who are being like, what the hell are you guys doing with that weird 7x7 grid? The people are going to be getting their own little things. I'm going to bring these leather leggings over here so you guys can see exactly what goes about with them. As you guys get items, you guys are going to have different amounts of spaces for them. Someone just chucked that across the way. I don't know who did that. And as long as they can fit inside your squares, you will have those things equipped. If they are not fitting in the squares, if they are outside of them in any way, you still have that item. That item just is not equipped to you, so you get no benefit of it. There will also be certain circumstances where you are allowed to have these items equipped, even if they are overtaking the squares. However, you're going to have minuses to those items because of that. Otherwise, a certain someone would not be able to equip the thing I'm going to give them. So there are other things that can go down. So whenever you go to put your things about, as you can see here, you have a perfect little area for some leggings. If we wanted to give you leggings, you're not getting these, but if you wanted to get those, then you have a perfect little area for it.
We're pantsless.
Very nice, very good. Thank you guys for indulging me with that. Going over here toward the donations and rewards, because a lot of people have given donations and I want to make sure that they know what they're going for. Karma dice are things that are basically like inspiration in other games. You have a chance of getting a +1 or a +2 onto a d20 roll. You can use up to 3 of them in a single roll. And the karma tokens, which is what we've gotten 3 of so far today, they will allow you to draw a card from our equivalent of the deck of many things, which is called the karma deck. These cards, as I will show you guys right here, if I go and grab them, where are they at? Where are our cards? It's just right here. These cards here, they have many different effects on them, and they have a bunch of unique art made by our own FOMO from the Sunday and the Wednesday games. They look very neat. I love them so much, and they each have their own effects, and you can gamble on those effects. You can, if you draw them, you can take the neutral, very beneficial effect, or you can roll for the good or bad effect. And if you do,
I like
you
to
have
gamble.
Oh, everybody does. I have not seen a single person just take the neutral effect and go. The big thing that I always want to tell everybody, though, is even if you do get the bad effect of one of these cards, once that bad effect is done, once that bad effect has gone through, a good thing will still happen. I still feel that even though these things go down, I want you guys to feel like drawing the card was still worth it in some way, shape, or form. So even if you get something that, for example, does like a big chunk of damage to you or something, you'll then get like a temporary buff or something as well. So there is a bit of a cat and mouse to it. That being said, if you get a good effect, we don't also give you a bad effect. That would be ridiculous. That being said, those are the main things you would be able to donate for. I will hover over this for a little bit just so you guys can see the other things. Not a lot of these things are going to be really coming into play today, so I'm not really going to go over them or go into them. Not even the karma token is going to be coming into play today. None of the karma dice are not going to come into play today. I just want you guys to know what you're throwing stuff at if you do, since a lot of people have already thrown stuff today. That being said, I think we're ready to introduce some people's characters. And by introduce some people's characters, I mean introduce one of your characters in particular, and then we'll maybe talk about the other one later, I think. Perhaps.
Oh, boo.
Perhaps
Oh, boo.
we'll talk about the other one if you're good.
Boo.
Speaking of somebody's character, Nightshade. I'm sorry. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
Yeah.
But Anthony,
Me.
do you want to tell us who you're playing or anything about them? You don't have to say anything big, just like I said to Eric last time. You don't have to give up any humongous things about your character, but if you would like to say who they are or how they feel, or just enough for me to make your card here not blacked out so people can see what you look like.
I'm just playing a man named Michael Adams. He is an exorcist.
Don't think you snuck your middle name past me either, by the way.
Michael Isaac Adams.
Don't think you I didn't notice the MIA that you put in there.
I don't know what you're talking about in the slightest.
Don't think you're slick.
I never once thought I was slick. It was only a matter of time, really. He's an exorcist for the church. He's a more action-oriented individual. He doesn't like waiting around for things to happen. And really, when he signed up, this place was pretty sick for like the first couple months. It stopped being pretty sick after a while. Pretty bad. Never dug the ropes. He has his own kind of aesthetic he likes more. But, you know, uniforms. But,
you had to wear the uniforms on certain jobs, yeah.
Stuffy. No, not really. Don't feel good. Yeah, it's not comfy. Bunch of the beads and shit they make you wear. But,
well, Michael, I have a question for you.
What's up?
You've been with the church a while, right?
Some, I would say maybe too long.
Some would say that, yes. You've been with the church for a little bit. You were supposed to get out probably about 2 or 3 years ago, but certain things ended up happening that would stop you. Michael, whenever you first came to the church, you were asked to be a part of the church yourself. You had thought that it would be a good place for you. A certain family was able to get you in good with them. In exchange, you were to be staying with the church for a good number of years until you reached a certain age, at which point you were returned to that family. That was the agreement that was made between the church and this one family that you were a part of. However, once you came into the church, you started seeing what exactly you were off to do. As an exorcist of the church, you are somebody who is supposed to get rid of certain bad things that are often about demons, deviled individuals. You are basically sent after essentially evil incarnate. Ghosts, spirits, any kind of bad things that were to basically bring their way in front of you. And at first, it was probably pretty understandable, probably pretty good. You learned how to deal with ghosts, you learned how to deal with like certain small threats. They also sent you after other things, though, Michael. They also sent you after people. Mages and others. Ones that would bring spirits under their control, or ones that would summon demons and devils, or even some that just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. A monster maybe attacked them and they got some kind of sickness, or some kind of problematic thing would appear and you would have to unfortunately deal with it. Even just after the first few years, there's a lot of bodies behind you, Michael. I want to bring up one in particular, and you can tell me how you would have felt about it. You were sent far off from the church, from the area that you're at. Whenever you had gone there, you had been sent to deal with a common spiritual issue. Some kind of a reckless poltergeist hurting people around just with its sheer presence, but nothing too crazy. You did find, however, that whenever you got there, it wasn't a poltergeist. You found that whenever you got there, the one that had been attacking people or messing about with people was a lycanthrope, a werewolf. Not only were they a werewolf, they were a child. Now, you looked around. You made sure, obviously, of the things that were going down. You wanted to see if there was any kind of actual problem happening throughout here. You wanted to see the gist of everything. Turns out that the werewolf was mostly out of it. In a lot of cases, they were feral. Not without any sort of reason, but it did seem that they still hadn't yet learned how to control their urges. But you couldn't stay here, Michael. You couldn't stay with this place. You couldn't do anything like that. And, well, you could just leave. You talked to them and made sure to tell them to not let something like this happen anymore, but you know what you should do. You know what your bosses, you know what the people in charge of you would want you to do. And you're decently sure you could, like, without any sort of problem. Michael, on this mission, I want to know, what did you do? Were you able to lie to the people in charge of you? Or did you not lie? Did you get rid of the problem?
I begged them to help this kid, to let her live. But
you begged your superiors. You went back to them and you told them?
I couldn't just not. It's just a child, man. It's cursed. It's not fair. They needed help.
Michael, I'm going to give you something. And I want you to do something with it.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you your own set of cool dice. These are the cool ones. We've all seen how cool they are. That being
They
said,
are.
they're not in your cool colors. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, go into a deepish... I can make them transparent. I'm not doing that.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Michael, if you bring this to your superiors, if you tell them the truth, if you tell them that this is a child and you begged them, I need you to roll me luck here to see just what kind of a person came with you.
Oh.
I love how
So
that was going to go on the 17, but it was stay on the 1. Don't worry. Chat does have you covered. I think it's hilarious that, again, just like yesterday, the first roll done today was a nat 1. Not yesterday, just like last week, the first roll done was a nat 1. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Rolling one.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, Michael, I have good news for you.
Yeah.
That good news is, one second. I'm counting. Okay. I would like you to roll that 6 more times.
All right. Okay. I appreciate you all.
So there are things called fleeting inspirations. These will allow people to, on their very next roll, to roll whatever they want. This is so good. This is such a good way to teach this to everybody.
The first roll I rolled was a 20.
So this is a great way to teach things to people. Because of those 6 rolls, you get a better chance of getting it. Everybody can only try that 1 time per stream.
Yep.
And if they do something like this and they immediately get a 20, which that's really good, that roll is done now.
That's huge.
Those 6 people who tried to help out before can't do that again. So.
Yep. So, okay.
That's very fun. That's very good. Thank you very much. For
Every
your guys'
time
help.
it happens.
That's so funny.
It's every time. I'm glad, but it's every time. It's so weird.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna start a bank account with how many times this happened.
So all those other rolls, we're throwing those to the luck gods. Those were just sacrifices to the luck gods. We did it. Dice to the dice gods. Luckily enough, you did seem to have an understanding person with you. Not only did you have an understanding person with you, but you had one of the higher ups in the exorcism unit with you. And again, very luckily for you with that nat 20, they were actually on their final mission before it was time for them to retire. Whenever you went to them and you begged and you pleaded for them to do something, they told you that they would. Not only did they tell you that they would take care of this, because that's what you do in the church, is you take care of people. They would take this small wolf, they would take it with them, and they would get it help. They tell you of a place in Japan that actually has a bunch of werewolves, a colony of them that have taken medicine to get rid of some parts of their urges. And they tell you that they will make their way there and attempt to do such a thing, to try to stop some of their base urges from taking over. They will also go with them. They are 1 day away from retirement, and they did it. They made it to their retirement. Nothing bad happens. Nobody jumps out and attacks them here. Nat 20s are fun when it comes to things that barely matter. But no, you find that this little wolf and one of your teachers in exorcism, they see this in you. They think that they can handle this, and because of you, not only is this person going to be fine, raised by someone who knows what's happening with them and potentially seeking them help, a person of the church to give them aid, but you didn't have to lie to anybody, and that was pretty good.
The relief that day. I could have brought down the tears.
Unfortunately, that isn't how everything always ends up. That was one of the better experiences for you, Michael. That is one of the ones that whenever you had done this, everything seemed to work out. They don't always work out. You were able to save that person, but once again, there are countless others that, while the things you did most likely stopped more people from dying, some of them you feel like you could have saved. You could have done something. You could have did better, but either because of the people with you at the time or because your own ineptitude in certain aspects of exorcisms or anything of that nature, they were left with their problems, and unfortunately that means that some of them perished. Over the years, more and more of these cases happen where they would send you off to different places, these much larger missions, and it was starting to wear on you, not being able to finish these things off. But luckily for you, you're also one day away from retirement. Luckily for you, you finally got there. You're 25 years old. You've met your match. You are in your last mission before you can leave. You get back after a particularly grueling mission, as you do. You're met with a strange talk.
Oh.
Talk of your hometown. Well, not your hometown, but the place that you came from. You hear talk of Tosaka City. And how something called the Holy Grail War had began. It had been going on for quite a long while, for some reason. Usually, from what you understand, these things last like a month or so at most, but whenever you return from this mission, it's been going on for around 6 months.
What the hell's going on over there?
Not only has it been going around for about 6 months, but you've also heard that the people there, the regular people there, they've stopped coming out from the city. And people who enter the city also don't come out of the city. This is concerning, obviously.
Shit.
Your family's there. You go to one of the higher-ups. You try to talk to them. You try to explain to them. They say that it's unfortunately too risky for them to send you there. But the war shouldn't last too much longer. They will send somebody there to check on things. There's already a church representative there. There always has to be in those situations. So they will hear back from it, and they will definitely figure out what's going on. But until they come to get you, you have to stay with the church. That's what the agreement was. Until one of the heads of the family make their way over to get you, you have to stay with them. Honestly, sitting around doing nothing sounded terrible anyway, so they would send you on a few more missions. What's a couple more missions while you wait?
Just a few more months, it's fine.
You go on some more sort of grueling missions until about 4 or 5 months later you return. And the rumors have not gotten better. In fact, it's been almost a year now since this Grail War started. It's unprecedented. This isn't like preparations for a war. This isn't anything like that. Apparently, since the start of whatever this was, since all of the servants were summoned, since all of the masters were chosen, it has been almost a year. And there's been no contact. You come to them, you explain to them, you're like, hey, what the fuck's going on? What can we do? What should we do? And you're told they're contacting the Mages Association. They're contacting the people in charge. They're going to get information. From what they've heard from the church associate that is inside of the city, things are going slowly, but they are going. It seems that it's just taking longer than usual. The servants there are just at a higher caliber. In fact, because of just what's summoned there, what's there, it's unfortunately impossible to send anybody in. But it should be nearing its end.
I don't remember last time I heard that.
They send you on another mission.
Of course they did.
This one's a long one. You're away for quite a long time, and while you're gone, you try to learn everything you can about the city, about the association, about everything happening, but unfortunately, you get hardly anything. The people who are with you are also seemingly watching you a lot closer than you would ever have expected them to. You're not sent with any of the people that you felt like were your friends in these times. You're always sent with some higher up person. As around another year passes, you're finally done with the mission you're on. It's now been 2 years since this war has started. You're now a year past, a year and a half, a little bit past how long you should have been here. You get no new information. Almost immediately when you return, you're given another mission.
I haven't got a chance to change out of my clothes yet. Fine.
Whenever you get there, you find that this mission wasn't shit, honestly. You got sent on something that barely needed an exorcist. When you got there, you saw what was happening, you called up the people who should be there, and you return only to be given another mission. And another mission, and another mission. For the next almost year, you are driven away from almost anybody you can get any contact with, and you are worried. Because now you don't know if the war is still going on, you don't know what happened to the city, you don't know anything about what's going on there. All you know is the last thing you heard, there was no contact with anyone who ever went in there, except for this one member of the church, apparently.
Guess I could never really get to that one, could I?
He was inside the city. Finally, after around 3.5 years of waiting, Michael, you're given another mission. Another very short, very nothing mission that you know is going to be happening somewhere several countries off, but you're going to show up and you're just going to come right back. You know that.
Yeah.
That's when you start
Sure.
having other thoughts. You've been here about two-ish and some change bits longer than you should have. You're 27 years old. You haven't heard from your family who you swore to protect.
I know when I'm being played here.
But leaving the church isn't something that you can easily do. Leaving doesn't happen. If you do leave, they're gonna call people much scarier than you on you. People who leave the church, they don't get exorcists. They get executors. Or even Templars. But whenever you get those thoughts, you think back to the boss. You think back to the quote-unquote princess. You think back to the rest of the family. You think back to that event that happened all those years ago. You think back to what you swore. A bit of a shiver goes across your spine as you remember your oath. Michael, you know you have to go. Even if it means going against the church, you know you have to go. Is that something you want to do? If you say no, then I have to kick you out of the campaign. This is something we talked. This is something we talked about. Like this is. Yeah. I know what you have to say.
Can you imagine? It's like, nah, just leave the call. Nah, fuck it. This place clashes with my style anyway.
You begin preparations.
Yeah, fuck this mission.
You send someone else off with your ticket. Just a random guy you found. You give him your ticket and you see him off. You change out of your robes. You go into something that feels a lot better for you. And you start skulking around definitely not the Vatican City.
Yep. Definitely not. Let's not worry about that.
Definitely not Vatican City.
He does make sure to very gingerly take out from his little hiding place the last and most important gift he was ever given, as he puts them on his face.
Of course.
And starts skulking the fuck around out here.
As you put them on your face and you change into your garb, your new holy garbs, we see Michael. In your ABCD shirt.
Oh yeah. This is
copyright.
No, it's ABCD. It's fine.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Maybe.
Michael, as you throw on your leather jacket and your shades, I don't actually feel bad that I don't have a thing for your shades. I should have. I do have a thing for your jacket.
Do you?
I do.
That's hilarious.
Here you go. This is your first bit of armor, buddy.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go.
You have the leather jacket. This will give you a +2 onto your AC. You note that just wearing the jacket itself will give you a +1. So with this, your AC is going to go from 10 to 13. Let's go ahead and just change that very quickly because that might come into play today.
Yeah, let's go with 13 for the moment.
Other than that, we will get to your stats whenever we see a certain other thing go down. but you are you have your leather jacket, you have your shades. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna go and grab a square, and you're gonna get shades. Is what's gonna happen right now. I did not realize just how much I wanted you to have them. So now you're gonna get them. It's not a magic candle. It's shades.
I feel like every time he walks into a room, I can't remember the song, but it's like I feel like the song should be like da 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 da.
Oh, I know that song.
Crazy.
There you go. You have your shades now.
Fun fact: that's never leaving the grid square now.
that is now locked. That will never leave.
Yeah, it provides the opposite of darkness.
What was that?
Lynn said it provides the opposite of darkfish.
Oh,
it provides negative dark vision, otherwise known as less light vision.
No.
But yes, as you are, I'll probably give it some kind of effect later. We'll see.
We'll workshop it. It's fine. It's not that important right now.
We'll figure it out. As you put on your shades, as you get ready to infiltrate the not Vatican, definitely not the Vatican, you know for a fact where things are and where things actually are. You're not going to walk into the main door. You're not going to go see the Pope. You're not going to go over or the not Pope. You're not going to go forward anywhere. You know where
it's the Pope.
You know where things are. You make your way across town. You keep yourself away from any place that you know where people are at, and you go on and about to a point where you find this musky old building. You know that there's a bounded field set up around here. You know that as soon as you get into this place, you have at the very most half an hour before the magic itself will realize that you're not wearing your holy vestments or that you haven't talked to somebody in charge. Once that happens, you know an alarm is going to get set off. Luckily, that shouldn't happen. Luckily, getting to the inside of this place is at the most a 15-minute job. The big thing you know is that if you don't come here and if you don't collect your any sort of ingredients you may need for your exorcisms, and if you don't grab some kind of something to defend yourself, you heard about this war. You know walking into this place is basically no way out. You have to grab something in order to defend yourself. You don't know what yet, but you do know that usually when it comes to these holy vestments and holy artifacts that are in this area, they usually call out to the person that needs to use them.
You just gotta pray to whatever's listening that they'll actually say something to me.
As you make your way in, you keep yourself to the shadows. You moving about. You came on a special day so that not a lot of people would be here. As you make your way further in, you get to the door. You're able to use what you had left of your residual powers that were given to you to open the door. You got here pretty quickly. You feel like everything's gonna go okay.
All right. In and out, in and out. Let's do this.
In and out.
Showtime.
As you found your way inside, as you look off and about at all the different places around you, I'm going to grab like this here and do like a little blam. Perfect. We'll put a grid on it too. Why not? Look at that. Look at those. Look at those hexagons. So good.
Honeycombs.
Look at those honeycombs. You walk into this large warehouse. You find that when you look off and around, a lot of the holy vestments and a lot of the items that are around here are behind very heavy magical protections. But once one of them calls out to you, you know those protections are going to be gone. There's no magic that can stop one of these powerful holy artifacts from choosing you. You just have to find one. You make your way through. You move as quietly as you can. You hear a crash.
Shit.
You immediately throw yourself against the wall. You look around the corner, trying to just get as much information as you can, but you heard something fall.
Yeah.
And you look around. You see something crazy. And you look around the corner. Make you a little corner to look around. Doop, doop.
Hey.
There you go.
Thank you.
You look around the corner. You see the biggest man you've ever seen in your entire life. You see a man completely naked, except for some boxers, putting their legs into a large Templar set of armor. You see tattoos covering their entire body. You see a large Curious on the ground that had fallen whenever they were getting these things on, looking back over in your direction with just a look of, I've been caught.
Mouth hanging. Just,
as Nightshade. You look over and you see what appears to be a man staring back at you, looking hard as hell in a leather jacket, glaring in your direction in an obvious attempt to intimidate you as you are getting dressed into your Templar armor. As before we get into what's happening here, hey, Nightshade. Let's go ahead and change things up in the sounds really quick. That's Nightshade, or should I say, Nikolai.
Da.
You are a mage. You are a magus from Russia. Though you don't really call yourself a magus. Nobody around you would call yourself that. You are fully devoted to the powers that be. You are a man of cloth and armor and tattoos and scars. You are a man of battle. Whenever you were young, you had made your way to trying to figure out something about yourself, trying to get more into yourself. You never really truly understood too much until you joined the Holy Church. Whenever someone had scouted you, whenever someone had came to you, whenever you were just a lad, when they found you at the age of probably like 12 and you looked like you were in your 20s, they came to you, the tallest child they've ever seen in their entire life. They knew that sort of strength, that sort of,
I couldn't help it.
no, it's fine, that sort of strength and that sort of just absolute, need to prove yourself was a grand thing that they wanted. And they gave invitation to join the Holy Church, and you did. Wonderful. So far, things have been all right. You know that whenever people send you off on things, you're mostly used whenever things get rough. Just like the other executors, you are usually sent in whenever there is no sense of sending in any priests, no sense of sending in anything else. You're a fighter. They send you in whenever things need to get fought, whenever things need to get taken out, and you're relatively good at it.
Need to die.
When things need to die, you're relatively good at it. You've had a few scares over your life, and as such, anytime there was a scare or anytime there was a close call, you tried figuring out what all you could do until it hits you one day, Nikolai. maybe you just didn't have enough divine protection. Or maybe you had the wrong one, or maybe there was something else going on. And so, in your own words, I believe you told me, you began inking yourself, and also bits of scarring and other things about you where you would put other holy symbols onto your body. Would you like to name a few of them?
Oh, geez, where do I start?
Maybe with the reactives?
We'll get the reactive in a second. I'll give him a close-up of things in a second.
Oh, man. So, like, what? We have the Christian cross, of course.
Of course, of course.
We have the Islam moon and star.
Mm-hmm,
The Shinto shrine, the
Uh-huh.
Taoism, the Hinduism,
of course.
the Star of David,
Uh-huh.
the Jesus Christ.
Yes, and that.
You really want me to keep going?
No, you're good.
I'll keep going.
You have plenty of them. And while a lot of members of the church would most likely try to stop you in a lot of cases, like, hey, maybe don't do that. You are one of those people that they have that are just so good at what you do, which is intimidating the fuck out of anyone that ever gets near you, that they don't want to. They don't want to stop you. They don't want to do anything about you. You're mostly in your full armor anyway. You mostly have a helmet and garb and other things on anyway, so it's not like anyone's gonna see anything. So you mostly get away with it. The problem being, again, it's the jobs. In a lot of cases, you're sent on things that you don't really understand. In some cases, whenever you go and defeat certain monsters and certain other things that are often about you, you don't understand what's going on in a lot of the cases. No one explains everything fully to you. You're not somebody who's sent to investigate. You're sent to battle. You're sent to kill whatever's in front of you. And sometimes you get curious as to what exactly is going on.
If you see me on battlefield, it is a bad sign.
It's a bad sign. It's a bad time for everybody involved. But again, you're very useful, both as a deterrent with your sheer size inside of your armors, but also as, again, an actual man of battle. That's whenever you start hearing word of other things, however. You start hearing word of these grand things that your associates are doing. You hear words of someone coming back and having defeated, from what they've said, and again, you don't know exactly how much truth there is to it, but you find that someone has talked about taking out an entire like group of dead apostles. You hear somebody coming back and saying that they've slain like an entire pack of lycanthropes. You find that there's somebody that comes back and says that they saved an entire city from plague. And every time they come back with accolades, and they come back with achievements, and they come back with stories about how they did it and what they did. And whenever these stories come to you, I have a question for you, Nikolai. Whenever these stories of grandeur and these stories of great things come to your ears, do you care? And if you do, why is it you care? Do you care because the accolades are something that you find impressive? Do you care because the people that they saved are now safe and sound? That you find that they are saving a lot more people, or doing a lot more than you feel you're doing? What do you feel whenever these great deeds are brought in front of you?
I feel proud to know that these men and women, my brothers and sisters, they help deter evil and make sure that these people go home to their families alive. they do. They have nothing to do with the things that we do. I do not see the need to be envious or how do you say
Jealous?
no, yes, I do not see the need to be jealous.
Do you ever feel like you want to help more people, though? Do you ever feel like whenever you hear these stories and hear these things going on that you'd like to see the people who are grateful, or you'd like to know just how many people you help, or if you helped anyone?
Of course, it's always in the back of my mind.
Yeah, you're always curious about it.
Duh.
You continue going on your missions. And when you do, you find that when you go on these missions, it's always the same. You're told to stand there, you're told to look intimidating, and when it comes time to fighting, you're told to fight. You bring up your large hammer and you attack. And it goes without saying that after several years of this, after probably close to 10 to 15 years in the church, none of your peers seem to answer many of your questions whenever you ask them. A lot of your peers seem to mostly see you as a big thug. You're supposed to stand behind them, let them talk, and inevitably attack whenever they say to. You return back to the not Vatican in order to get your missions for anything you need to be doing. And while you're there, you hear about a couple of the exorcists talking, and they appear to be talking about some person that they're worried about returning. Somebody coming back from one of their missions and asking if they're going to talk about the city again. You start putting a few things together as you have heard about a city off in Japan named Tosaka City. When you hear about this city, you know that apparently there's been a humongous magic war happening there for what's going on for about 4 years. It never really jumped out at you. You never really were told to go there or do anything there, but as you sit and listen to these people talking loudly over in the other corner of the area, not really seeming to mind you being there at all. Again, most people just see you as a big brute. They talk about the people inside the city. They say that the city has a population of close to around 2 to 3 million people. Wait, am I saying million? Hold on.
Yes, you said million.
Should be 200 to 300,000. My bad.
These large city.
It's a large city. Especially with somebody living at the Vatican. The not Vatican. Anyway. I'm playing. Whenever you hear about this, you also hear that apparently not a single person has ever walked out from the city. And anybody who goes in never comes out. You also hear, most likely, according to these people, the people inside, at least most of them, are probably dead at this point. Whenever you hear about this, you make a mention of it to the next time you go and see one of the people about you, one of the ones who are over you. You ask if any of you guys are ever going to go there and save the day, go there and take care of things. You're told, most likely not. You're told you're probably not going to go there, and if anybody goes there, it'll probably end up being a Templar. it's probably not going to happen. In fact, the plan currently, at least to what your superior is telling you, is to just sort of let it happen. Whatever's going on there, they need it to end, yeah, but between you and him, and again, probably shouldn't even be telling you this, the suffering of the people there don't matter. The amount of resources that it would take to go and do anything about it, as well as the fact that none of the higher ups are going to send you there for one reason or another. You're told point blank to forget about that city. You're not ready to go in there for it. They're not ready to send anybody. And if they do, they'll probably send somebody to basically wipe that place out. You know, if a Templar goes, most likely nothing in that place is going to survive. He leaves. You're sort of sitting there with your own thoughts. Nikolai, what are you thinking?
Ja dođe ničti.
What does that
I
mean?
must go. I must.
I'm sorry.
We don't have
You
any
don't come
here,
with
so-
subtitles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm playing around.
I must go.
You're gonna go?
I must go.
In like a few months? In like a while?
What a better time than now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You stand up after figuring this out. You were just been told that most likely sending someone like you or the rest of them there, they'd have to send a lot of them. And most likely the only person they would ever even attempt to send there is probably a Templar. You think to yourself, as you look to your armor, your ragged armor, your dented, you take care of it, but it's just came back from a very big mission. You look to it, you look to your weapon, and you realize you probably need to pick something else up. And hey, everybody's busy here. Nobody's gonna let you go if you go to ask them anyway. You start making your way over toward the warehouse. You know that whenever you go in there and go to collect your things, it'll probably end up being fine. You just have to slip on some armor and get out of there. You end up making your way there. You don't really know much about the bounded field or what's gonna how much time it's gonna pass to for any kind of alarm, or even if an alarm is even there. You make your way in. As you do, you look around inside this large area where these holy artifacts are. You look toward the area where the vestments are and all the different things that will be needed for the people. And finally, you get toward one of the armories off inside this warehouse, and you find what appears to be a immaculate set of armor that you have only seen one person ever wear in your presence. You find the armor, this extremely pristine looking Templar armor in front of you. And you know as soon as you look to it, just how powerful that armor will make you, and how strong it will make you feel. And just the idea of someone looking upon you while you wear this and just having them know that they'll be okay. As you look to this armor, you begin to put it on. As you are dressing yourself, you drop a large piece of the armor, and as you do, you reach back to pick it up, but you see movement in front of you. You see scurrying in front of you. When you look around, you come face to face with a person in a leather jacket and dark shades glaring in your direction. Nikolai? Michael? As you guys stare at each other, an almost sense of just something washing over you, you don't know exactly what's going down. Neither of you have something to say immediately. However, the alarm starts blaring. Michael, you should have at least 20 more minutes before the alarm goes off.
What? Ha!
You then
He
look
just looks
in
up,
front of
he
you.
looks up and he looks around like, what? But he just like, sharp inhale, looks at this guy. You fucking idiot!
Sukitsin! Run!
You pull on the bottoms of the armor as much as you can. You grab the Curious beside yourself, Nikolai, and you grab the helmet that comes with it. And as you do, you start making your way over toward the entryway to this place. As Michael, you see them call out run and then start making their way toward the opening of the warehouse. As the two of you go in that direction, you see the door slam in front of you and a magic seal appear upon the inside of the warehouse you're in.
Oh, no. Not here, not like this. Think. Was there ever a back entrance to this place?
The two of you start trying to think of if there's a back entrance to this place. The two of you try to look about and see if there's anything going on. Unfortunately, no. There's only ever one entrance to this place. This is the most secure place for all of the for the armories. I mean, there is sort of something like that.
What is it?
You know that this place has a dungeon.
Oh, fuck me. Well, I'm gonna end up there anyway if I get caught, so...
You know that basically the way to get into the dungeon is by taking something. One of the holy artifacts you were going to already take anyway. That being said, nothing's called out to you, and if it did call out to you, the protections would go away anyway. Next to you, Nikolai, Michael, you see three items along the wall. You see what appears to be a large cross that seems to hide a sheath as if it is some kind of a short sword or dagger. You see what appears to be a small sash that looks like it's supposed to be draped over a shoulder or over a side that has emblazoned in it the holy symbol of the Christian faith. And you see what appears to be a large set of God, what are they called? Manacles. When you see these manacles, they look as if they are emblazoned with a runic symbol that looks like it is old Celtic in some way. These three items are under the same sort of protections as everything else about this place. You feel like if you grab one of them, the two of you will be instantly brought into where the dungeons are.
Fuck.
Do the two of you want to try to grab one of those, or do you two want to try to grab different ones of those?
Nothing's calling out to me, huh? Not a single thing.
Nothing here is calling out to you. Do you have any ideas, Nikolai?
Nothing calls out to me.
Shit.
Do you guys want to grab one of those three?
I guess not a lot of time to really contemplate this. We need to get the fuck out of here. If I'm gonna call you out to me, probably not gonna
I'm
be a good idea.
gonna give you
3, 2.
I'm gonna give you a little hint.
Hmm.
You have as much time as you want to pick one of these.
Oh.
Because, you know, it's a game. But yes, we will. You guys will basically be reaching out immediately. But if you want to, if you two want to discuss it, you definitely can.
All right, plan. Whoever you are, don't care. No time
I mean,
for
if you
names.
two as in players want to discuss it, because
All right, Nightshade. Don't
because
care who you are. No time for
in
names.
the narrative, you're just grabbing one.
Yeah. All right, Nightshade. What do you want to do? You grab one of these fucking Yahoo relics, or try something else.
I was gonna grab the cross.
Cool.
You want to grab the cross that has that looks like a sheath, or do you want to grab the sash that has the cross embedded in it?
The former.
Okay.
The cross with the knife cross, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you guys both trying to grab the same thing, or are you trying to grab different things, Michael?
3, 2. You just got the same one. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Grab.
Okay. If you did try to grab two different ones, there would have been a chance that both of them would have disappeared. But because you are grabbing the same one, that is not going to be the case.
That was funny.
The two of you
Yay.
reach out and you grab the large cross that looks like it has some kind of a sheath embedded into it, almost as if it is either a short sword or a dagger or something of such. As you grab it, you guys find that a large amount of light seems to rush about the whole room. As it does, the two of you instantly feel as if you're falling. As you guys disappear from the warehouse that you're standing in, the two of you feel a grunt, feel a strange sound coming from the doorway just before you disperse. You see something slamming into it. Some kind of a large voice seems to come out from the other side, and as you disappear, you hit the ground with a bit of a clank in one of your cases, as you find yourselves inside of a large cell.
Fuck, that hurt.
In this cell, you look over for a moment, Michael. As you look to your associate, you find that whenever he got brought down here, you look to him as Nikolai. For some reason, the magics about you seems to have completely had you don the armor that you had just taken. Before, when you were only wearing the greaves of the armor, you are now wearing the full plate of the armor, minus the helmet currently.
Oh, how nice for you. He just scrambles up to his feet. You don't got a lot of time, think.
Currently, you guys are seemingly in a cell. You guys can still hear the alarm going off decently distant from you now. As you look to the bars, you guys will find that they are iron bars, very, very, very tough. This is where I might ask you guys to make your way back to your sheets, as we are going to be giving you guys some stats.
Hooray.
You guys are going to be gaining bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop,
7,
bloop,
okay.
bloop, 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 bloop. Not only will you be getting the 7, but you'll also be getting 2 more because each of you got your purple thing. Bloop, bloop. And bloop, bloop. When it comes to these stats, I can go over what each of these do in particular to all of you. You both have 9 points. You can go up to 3 in the negatives if you'd like to get up to 3 more points as well. Your power is going to be your strength. Essentially, it is how strong, how tough you are. Your ability is going to be your magic. That is going to be how best you use your magical techniques. Speaking of technique, that is going to be your agility, sort of. That is going to be how you are with your hands, how you are with your reflexes, things of that nature. And your focus, that is going to be how you are with ranged weaponry, such as long-range spells, such as bows and arrows, such as any sort of guns or anything of that nature, which you guys would never use.
Not for lack of trying.
When we go to the ones below that, your resistance and willpower, those are going to be your stats that are going to represent your health, your fortitude. One is against physical threats, the other one is against magical and spiritual threats. Your instinct and experience, that is going to be determine how much AC you have starting off the game, as well as instinct is going to be for a lot of reflex kind of rolls similar to technique, and experience is going to be for recalling knowledge and recalling things you have done. And finally, your demeanor in negotiation. Your demeanor is going to be how you present yourself, how well you present yourself. If you're pretty, you can say that's a pretty stat if you want. Your negotiation is going to be how well you speak, how well you talk to people, how well things like that is going to go down. Nice. You can go up to 4 in any given stat. And once again, you can go into negatives on any stat up to 3 points if you wish. So for example, if you wanted to go -3 into negotiation, I would give you 3 more points to go for. That being said, you guys can go up to 4. Go ahead and move your stats wherever you want. Also, when it comes to these stats, you can change them at any time at the beginning of any game up until the 3rd actual session is started. Basically, if you don't like your stats in the backstory game, we can change them in the first session or the 2nd session or the beginning of the 3rd session. If you feel that you
Yay,
want to change your stats
society
around,
rule.
you can. Yeah.
I think I'll take some negatives into focus.
You're gonna take some negatives? How
Like
much are you
3.
taking? Taking all 3?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna have 3 negatives in focus. That will give you 3 extra points to distribute.
Cool.
I will also take 3 into less negatives into focus.
You also do not care about looking at things. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, looking at things is overrated. Here are your 3 new stats.
Thank you.
Is 3 the right option?
Who knows?
Trying to think now.
Let's see here.
Well, we can always change them before.
Man who got caught naked in an armory might be oblivious.
I'm actually trying to think on this one.
Definitely.
What's
I think
what is
physical.
That is like
Con
your physical
save.
defense. That is your constitution. For however many points you have in resistance and willpower, you're also going to be gaining sort of your maximum odd, which is your total life force that is above you up there. So
Okay.
the more you have in those, the healthier you are, basically.
I see. I should definitely put 1 into resistance, and I think I'll put 1 into experience.
Okay. You are going to be gaining a lot more stats, so don't worry too much about things.
Yeah. We'll play with this and see what happens.
Okay. You guys will play with that so far. I'm just going to check what your highest ones are. Technique and resistance for you. Oh, just technique for you. And power for
Yeah,
you.
so.
Very funny. Let me go ahead and very quickly adjust a certain other person's stats really quick. Bloop. Bloop. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. So. Okay. As you guys look toward these bars, I will say one of you does have a humongous hammer. If they would like to attempt to use it.
Well, I don't want to be stuck down here when they all run down here for us, so if you don't mind.
Oh, he was.
By the
he was
way,
going to what?
by the
What's
way,
up?
there's your
Sorry.
hammer.
Ah, neat.
My
Do you
hand?
want to? Do you want to
Oh,
see? The,
yay,
do you want to
that.
see the other thing you have?
Sure.
So, as I mentioned, you're not going to usually be able to wear this. You will have difficulty getting all of these special effects from this thing quite yet, but this is technically forcibly equipped to you right now. There is your armor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, you literally can't, like, look what you have to do. Or, like, I mean, that's more doable. That's like that's more doable. Like that's crazy.
For the time being, this will be something that you have equipped. However, you're not going to be gaining any of the other effects of this. You are literally only gaining the AC. So you are going to be gaining
remove more black squares.
You are going to be gaining +5 to your AC, making your AC 15 starting off.
It's not bad.
That being said, currently, if you hover over it, it doesn't really have anything else that you're gaining from it. This thing does have other effects it will do, and I will reveal those effects whenever you fully wear it. That being said,
all right. Nikolai gets up and he struts past. He goes past Michael, speaking in his Russian accent, which is going to happen.
Of course,
I did not learn Russian to not use it.
Of course.
Fucking insanity.
And he yells, "Divishinat! Fuck!
I believe in you.
You can do it.
Hard.
It is. Languages is hard.
Milikin Glechnev!" And he raises his hammer and he hits the bars.
Okay.
Full force.
I'm gonna be giving you.
The moment I need to speak Russian is when I fucking choke.
I'm gonna be giving you some funny dice as well.
Okay.
You have your nice funny dice. I'm gonna move these other dice that aren't. I
I just realized the stats are colored based on our color palettes.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I also have to redo. I have to redo Nikolai's, because with Nikolai's, I accidentally used a lower quality image of Nikolai for the background of their thing. So when you zoom in on him, he's a little bit out of focus. Whereas if you zoom in over here, it takes a lot more to get him out of focus when you zoom in.
Awesome.
That being said, I would like you to roll me for your power, Nikolai.
Do it.
All right.
As you are rolling for this as well, you may note on your iron hammer, you have the heavy property. What the heavy property is going to do for you is it does mean that whenever you swing this hammer, it is going to be taking an extra AP to do a lot of the different abilities of this hammer. That being said, we'll get into the APs later. In return, though, you are going to be adding half of your power to the attack. So instead of rolling a +4, you're going to be rolling a +6, please.
Okay.
So
how would I roll?
If you right-click it,
the roll button is not working, you can use the tower itself.
If you right-click it, you can go to roll. However, one thing you can do is just drag it over here up to the tower and let it go.
Oh, there's a tower.
Yep.
It's a dice roller.
Oh, I don't see a tower. Hang on.
It's right here.
Oh, it's not appearing for me.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
ta-da!
we'll fix that.
All right.
We'll fix that at a later time.
See, it's right there. It's magic.
I would like you to roll it. I would like
you.
you to roll it 2 more times, and by that I mean someone help him roll it 2 more times, I guess. Oh, you're doing it. You did it. You did it.
You did it. Oh, one more time.
One more time, please.
Yep.
That is
Oh
another
my
natural
God.
20.
Jesus Christ.
Yahtzee!
Fuck yeah.
Nikolai rears back, and whenever you're looking at it for a moment, Michael, you're just like, yeah, whatever. This isn't going to do much of anything. I got to figure this out. You feel when he rears back a overwhelming sense of danger as the wind off of the hammer seems to move against your face and almost hurt. He then swings back, and the bars are absolutely destroyed.
He's like pressed up against the bars after that. Just okay. Cool. All right, that works. That works real good. Good job, pal.
Birdiemaps.
Good. Yeah.
English no good.
The,
Let's go, little man.
Michael, not little Mike. Let's go. Big man.
You guys run off, and you see something ahead of you. As you do, I would like to remind everyone, I don't think the players can see this.
I see nothing but darkness.
The players cannot see this.
Hang on a second.
Only you guys can see this. We're looking right here. I'll point you over.
There's nothing there.
Here's where your guys are. There's nothing here, correct?
No.
Can
Good.
confirm. We can't.
Good.
It's a board. Yeah, I actually would.
Yes.
People
on the stream can see. I don't need you. I would like for you guys to not look at the stream, obviously, but people on stream can see.
Fair.
As you guys move in,
I'm watching stream, so can confirm. Rule breaker.
you guys can find that whenever you move in, you see a wall, and at first you guys are just rushing through. You need to make sure that that whatever is going on, you guys can get out of here as quickly as you can. So as you just rush directly forward, you see a wall.
Oh, shit.
You try to double back, and Nikolai, you turn. Obviously, a wall being there means that you took a wrong turn. You turn, and you also see a wall. As I'm gonna make a slight marking for you guys to be able to hopefully follow. I don't know if you guys will be able to follow this or not.
Let's see if we can see it first.
No. You guys don't need to worry about seeing it.
About the marker.
Oh, the marker you'll be able to see. Don't worry. I'm gonna be using.
yeah.
I'm gonna be using this black one over here for you guys to see that one.
Okay.
As you guys moved in, this was a no-go, and this was a no-go. You guys return to the beginning of the area. You look back toward what appears to be the dungeon behind you, as you guys have now learned you are currently in a maze.
Rat, I hate these.
Luckily for you, there is only one way to go. You guys see, looking down the hall, there does appear to be a turn off to your left, and beyond that, another turn off to your left in that direction. I would like to know, as you guys are moving forward, you rush until you get to a point where things can change. You can either continue going forward to the next turn, or you can turn here. What would you guys like to do?
I think we should keep going. I want to keep going forward.
All right.
All right. You guys will keep going forward. You find that you have reached a corner. There's only one way to go, and that is to your left. You guys immediately take a left, and as you do, you stop. There is a way to your left, and then there is a way forward.
That's left.
You make your way to the left.
These.
As you do, there's a way to your left and a way to your right. You see a wall ahead of you.
Right.
You go off to your right. As you do, you find a complete dead end in front of you.
Damn it.
Upon seeing this dead end, some kind of a form appears in front of you. You see a hand reaching out from the exit. You see coming out from the wall ahead of you what appears to be some kind of a phantom.
Oh, hell no.
As it reaches out with a boned hand, with a clawed boned hand that for a second again looked like bone, but it's mostly armor or something. It seems to be a ghost of some kind. As it reached out towards you, you backed away, and it does seem to disperse. There appear to be traps in this place.
Of course it's trapped. Why wouldn't it be trapped? This place is a hellhole. Gotta watch our feet. And everything else around us, actually.
Do you want to return where you were before, or?
Yeah.
You guys return to the main area. As you return, you guys see that there is a way going forward.
I want to be going forward.
Whenever you get here, there is a turn that would take you off to the left. However, it is immediately turned into a way to go to the right. Before you guys go, I would like both of you to roll me for your instinct, please.
Go ahead.
All right, hang on. Oh yeah, hang on. I gotta find this fucking invisible goddamn.
Oh no.
I believe in you. I
Yeah,
believe.
great.
I believe.
Is it
Yep.
there? Okay,
Yep, you
it's
got it.
in
You
there,
got it. You
I
got
guess.
it. Nice,
Okay.
nice. 13. What's your instinct? Your instinct is 0. That is a 13. What did you get?
6.
With a 13, Nikolai, you start moving, and as you do find that whenever you start to make your way around the hall ahead of you, you feel something off to your left. You find whenever you look to the wall to your left that there is something almost magical about it. Do you want to stop or do you want to keep going?
He will. He would stop. He's curious.
Okay. Michael, you see that the clanging behind you has stopped. As you look back, you see the armored man inspecting the wall next to him.
Oh, what are you doing, pal? We don't got much. We got people coming for us.
Something here. Brotia. Magic. Something here.
Yeah. Could be a trap. He looks at the wall.
I would like the two of you to roll me for your ability, please.
Okay.
Oh, yay. That's an 8. All right.
Wait,
believe
did
in you, don't-
I didn't. Oh, I did put something into ability. Okay.
Yeah.
You got two.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm putting in 16.
You see Nikolai reach out his hand toward this area. Nikolai, you feel that if you touch this wall, you will be going to a different part of the maze. But you do feel, as you look to it, that it will be beneficial. You don't
We
know
must
where you're
touch
ending
wo-
up, but you feel like it'll be a lot closer to your destination.
We must touch wall, little man. It will be good. We get to end faster. I think.
You think?
Would you be afraid? I say I know.
Yeah, I'd rather you lie to me. Anyway, he used to touch the wall.
Do the both of you go to touch it?
Yes, I touch it.
All right. You will find that as you guys touch the wall, you guys make your way out from what appears to be, oh, it will be this one. From what appears to be another dead end somewhere else in the maze. You find that as you have moved, you have no idea now which way to go to get to the end, but you do feel as if you have gotten considerably closer.
Crap. All right. Dead end, huh?
Mm-hmm. In front of
He's
you,
just
there's
kinda-
a way toward another corner that would lead you in one direction. As you step out from where you are, there's another way down below you, but it leads to another dead end.
Well, I narrows that down. Yes. All right.
It is fine. We will keep moving.
Yep. All right. So that way's dead end. Other way, maybe not a dead end.
You guys move to the end of the hall. As you do, you look down in this direction. You find that as you get here, there is a way off to your left. However, looking around it, you do find that it just leads to just a regular dead end, like what appears to be a blank wall. Looking at said blank wall, Michael, you see something on the ground. It looks like it's a piece of paper.
piece of paper on the floor.
There's a piece of paper on the floor.
Am I aware of any particular church trips that involve a piece of paper?
You do know that there are things that are called sacraments that could be dangerous that are made of paper. Some of them.
Oh, fuck it. All right. What do I gotta lose?
Anything good?
Let's find out. He goes for the paper.
Okay. I would like you to please roll me for your willpower,
Okay.
which is currently a 2, I believe. You're pretty good.
Yes.
You're pretty good at that.
11. It would have been a 17, but God hates me today.
When you look at the paper itself, you see that it seems to have a story written upon it. You recognize it somewhat. It appears to be part of the story of Sinbad. A sailor, a very famous one, from old tales.
I thought he was a comedian.
Haha.
Okay.
You're not sure what that means, but you find some kind of a story page.
Well, I found a chapter of Sinbad. Why? What?
It is of no use to us right now. We must keep moving, huh?
Yeah.
You feel something about it may be worth keeping, but he is correct. You guys need to go.
He folds it up.
Okay. The two of you continue forward. As you do, you find that there is a path a little bit ahead of you that seems to go forward toward toward a left, a right, and then a corner that would take you left again. Would you like to go to the first left, the first right, or the second left?
They would like to keep going straight and then hit to the left. Is that it? Is that it? Left?
Do you want to go to
it's
the end
left.
of the hall here?
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I don't want to go to the
Yeah.
end of the hall and then make the left.
All right.
You guys step forward. As you guys run past the directions that you were going to, you find, stepping out, there appears to be a large, almost half sun pictured onto the ground in front of you. As you look to this large circular area, the depiction seems to somewhat bleed into the left and the right of whatever wall that you're currently in. As you step further off into it, you do find that there is another feeling on the wall as the two of you pass it. Looking to the wall, there almost appears to be a piece of stone that looks out of place. Do you guys care, or do you want to keep going?
That doesn't seem right.
What is it?
We should push it, pull it. One of those.
Only one way to find out. He pushes it.
You push it. As you do, you find that the entirety of the wall seems to shift as you guys are moved with the wall to the other side.
Huh.
It is trapdoor.
Upon getting moved all the way to the other side, I believe it would be you this time, as you would step out into the area directly in front of you, looking around. Nikolai, you see a page on the ground.
Oh, it is page.
Another one. What the fuck setup is this?
He picks it up. Or he would, I guess.
You find what appears to be on this page. First off, roll me a willpower.
Sure.
Be a straight
I
check for
believe
you.
in you.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to believe that I know where this thing is.
Hey, you've
know
you've
it
done
is.
it every single time so far. You're doing
Okay.
great. You're doing great.
It's luck.
Wow.
It's a 13.
You find what appears to be a story of a very cruel sultan named Sharyar.
Oh, I know this story.
Again, seemingly from an old tale.
Another story? Was it Sinbad or is it?
Old Russian folktale, Shahryar.
Missed me with that one.
It is a sad story. No time.
Ah.
We must go.
That's too coincidence. Mm.
I would like to ask, do you guys want to be on this side of the wall, or do you want to go to the back to the other side of the wall?
Well, that's a second piece of paper, and that's been a really weird thing. So Michael feels we're on the right track, maybe? Or we're about to get fucked. It's hard to tell what this paper thing's supposed to mean.
It's up to you.
But Michael feels like he doesn't need to go back. We should just keep going forward.
Okay.
See, I feel opposite. I feel like we should be going back. I feel like we should be going back that way.
Why? Well, we've been making progress so far, probably.
Not to know. Something feels off.
Well, everything's off.
Should I roll for something? I don't know.
It is up to you guys. If you guys want to make your way back,
Okay.
you can. If you want to keep going forward, you can. There is no roll.
Okay.
Look, we gotta have faith in whatever is watching over us right now, that we're actually gonna get out of this in one piece.
Faith, I am prepared. That is why I have faith.
Fantastic. Then left or which other ways are there?
Do you want to go with Michael, Nikolai?
I will listen. I will listen to what Little Man has to say.
Okay. You guys make your way to the end of the hall here. You do have to turn at one point, but you do find yourself looking at a place, one going forward around a corner and the other one going right. Which direction do you want to go?
Been going left a lot. It's been keeping us going for so long. I think we should go right.
I concur.
You guys make your way off to the right. It leads you down a long path. As you do find your way down the long path, you note as soon as you turn the corner here, at the very end of this path is a dead end.
Mother!
That being said, you also see what appears to be something on the ground off in that direction.
This is another piece of paper.
It is another piece of paper.
What the fuck is... He goes to pick it up.
You make your way over toward it. As you do, you look down toward the paper, you pick it up. You already made the roll earlier, so I want to have you roll it again. You see what appears to be a story of a man named Ali Baba.
Ali... What the fuck? Ali Baba? Sinbad? What? He folds it, he takes the other one out, folds them both together, and pockets them again. Alright, I don't know what this is about, but I'm keeping these. I don't get it, but maybe it's helpful. Maybe it's a tracker, I don't know.
I do not care so long as we get out of maze.
Well, I was wrong. We should have gone left.
As you say, as long as you get out of maze. Are you trapped?
What the fuck was that? Who's there?
The two of you hear a voice. As you look around, try to find out where it is. It seems to be coming from the papers that you have.
He just like looks down in his pocket, like just pulls his jacket open and reaches into the pocket. Just hello.
Hello.
Oh, this is some weird shit. Who are you? Who is this?
It is paper. It is talking to us.
I am called Ruler. I feel that you are close to something that I need.
Why are your ruler? Okay, little.
You're stuck in a maze, you said.
Yes.
Ruler is weird name.
It is an alias.
That makes a lot of sense. Little uppity, but
Unfortunately,
listen.
my name has a lot of power, and I would like to keep it to myself for now.
Yes, true names and all that. I understand. So we get that. So, can you? What? So many questions, but yes, we're in a maze.
You are near the Holy Church, are you not?
Yes.
I require something from the stores there. It is
Nice.
It is well, a piece of bounded field.
You need a bounded field. You need book binding.
Deep within the place you're in, I believe there was once a man that made their way. They had taken something from that place and attempted to retrieve the piece that I needed. Unfortunately, they never came back. I don't know what they did or if they even survived. But these pages you have picked up, they are bits of my power from whenever that person had made their way through. If you could, I would like you to retrieve what he did not, and in exchange, I can help you through the predicament you are currently in. For every page you hold, I can answer for you one question or give you a direction to go in. If you find more, I can do it more. In the end, all you would need to do is find this piece of bounded field, and then I could bring you to me. Well, close enough to me.
He's looking at Nikolai.
We have 3 questions we can ask, or 3 directions we can use.
Yes.
The question is whether we can trust or not.
If you were to use a piece of paper to ask me, I would tell you yes, though I doubt that that would give you much belief.
Not really. Well, we probably have Templars breathing down our necks in this maze, so we should probably just... Sure, okay, I'll take the plunge. Why not? Not the first time I've done something like that. All right, you got a deal, ruler, or whoever you are.
You
Whenever
look
you-
like a man who has made excellent life choices.
Don't patronize me.
Whenever you have questions or whenever you need direction, contact me, and I will answer.
Agreed. He's like snugly puts the thing back into his pocket. Back the way we came. Come on.
Very well.
The two of you would rush back down the hall. You would get to around here, which will be the next big decision for you. In front of you is a way to your left and a way to your right. However, it is a lot more complicated than that because there is a way this way and a way this way. This is what the current setup looks like right here.
Right. Okay.
And you are right here.
Oh, crap.
I choose to go. I would choose to go up.
Yes, up. Forward, onwards and upwards.
Would you like to go the left up or the right up?
This up, I think, right?
Okay.
Whatever this way is. Whatever
North, yeah.
Yeah, north.
You guys make
Just
your way
Cardinals.
here. As you do, you find that there's a way back. However, you're decently sure that that would lead you toward the area you just came from. That being said, you do find that there is a corner off in that direction if you want to try to make your way toward whatever could be there. Most likely it will be another a dead end. That being said,
But
you can go
I
and
mean,
try to check that one and see if there's anything there.
I mean, we've been pretty consistent with getting pages at dead ends, so why not, right?
Nikolai, you make your way down toward the dead end, and woe and behold, there is a piece of paper on the ground.
Fuck off! Are you kidding me?
Oh God! All right. Hey, cool. Fourth one. I can't believe you found that fourth damned fucking page.
I am the czar of this land.
All right, let's keep the delusion until we're free.
You find as you look to it, there appears to be a page that talks about a prince known as Ahmed. As you now have 4 pages. Congratulations.
All right.
You guys see
Look, I
the
found
area to
another
go
page.
forward. Currently, ahead of you, there appears to be a corner that goes off to the left, and apparently a doorway that leads off to the right.
A doorway that leads to the right.
Not an actual door, but like an opening to go off to the right.
Let's go to the right.
Sure. Let's
Directly
go.
in front of you, as you turn to the right, you see a wall. On either side, there is a way. You can go either left or right.
Left.
Yeah, that's. I was thinking left.
Good adventurers go left. You make your way off to the left, and as you do, you turn a corner, and you see at the end of the hall what appears to be another dead end. You also don't see a piece of paper on the ground in that direction, though there could be something.
Okay.
All right. What do we look for? Should we roll for anything? Because I'd like to try and look for something.
There does not appear to be anything currently in your vision.
All right. Well, we can't win all. All right. Let us go back, huh?
Yeah.
You guys turn and begin to make your way back. As you do, you hear footsteps behind you.
Behind us.
You look back in the direction that you just had left, but you see nothing. The footsteps also seem to stop.
What's a Nikolai?
I do not like this.
No. He just reaches into his pocket and pulls out one of the pages. Hey, ruler.
Do you request aid?
Yeah.
Should we ask what is there?
If I ask it, no, I can't answer. I can't go there. I know genies. Anyway, we need a direction now.
I would say return to the crossroad just after you had spoke to me last.
Anything you can give a little farther past that point?
You must choose a different direction, a new path. The area you're in is only danger.
You know, I think that answers that. Appreciate the help thanks for the help. Sinbad chapter. He just puts that back. All right, come on.
You guys return to the crossroad.
He's looking back every now and then.
All right. This is the crossroad you guys had gone over before. There was a no this way. You're decently sure this way leads to the same place. You can either go this way or this way.
What are you thinking? Anthony, you thinking this way?
Thinking west. I think.
I'm assuming it's going up. I shouldn't assume. What do you think? This way?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I feel like if we're going this way, we would be going backwards, right?
You never know what mazes, man.
When you step into this
I
area,
can try. Yeah, I mean, I could.
No.
you find that there is a place going forward off to your left, and there is a way going to your right. Which way will you go?
My left and my right.
There's a way going forward to your left, and then there's just a direction going right.
I think left. What are you thinking? Left?
Well, it's a coin flip, so left.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
You guys move off to the left. You find that there is a corner that takes you around the area you're currently in, and you find there is another break in the wall off to your left once more. Do you wish to go to your left, or do you want to go to forward, where you would have most likely seemed to come out the other direction? The only way seemingly forward is left.
I choose left.
Yep.
You are once again put into an area that would have to choose between going left or right.
Eating, meaty, mighty, left.
Okay.
Left it is.
You find yourself going left immediately. Once you get around the wall, there is a way going right, and then there's another area just ahead that seems to go off in that direction as well. There is a problem that the both of you will immediately take notice of.
Yes.
As you step forward, you see what appears to be that same half-sun like depiction on the ground in front of you.
We go in circle.
We went the wrong way. Back.
Which way do you want to go? You can try to ask Ruler about which way to go if you'd like. If you return back to the crossroad, there is still one direction to go there, but that is quite a ways away at this point. Or you can go to the area in front of you to go further into the maze that direction. You can always ask a direction from Ruler.
Can we go up? I mean north.
You can. I will say, whenever you go up, there are two paths. There is a path this way, and there's a path this way. Whenever you guys go up, you will see the other immediately, and then realize it's just a big circle.
It's just a loop.
It's almost like this has been made to waste your time.
I hate mazes.
By the way, I have been counting how many turns you guys have been taking.
Cool.
Just letting you know.
Okay, no, I figured.
Good. So good.
Oh, I should
Bad
probably.
math into this.
I meant to do this right when you guys came into the maze, because I was still talking about backstory stuff with you guys before. But Squeaky had mentioned earlier to put your guys' reactives up, and I completely forgot after a while. So here we go. There they are. Look at those boys.
Yeah, face.
Yes, you can see my pretty face.
I love how you have your frustrated look on right now.
Yeah, we have multiple faces. Great.
No, you do not have to look so sad, little man. It'll be fine.
It's literally not fun. He's gonna just breathe. Pulls out the Alibaba. Knock, it's
Is there a
me.
question for me you need?
Yep. We went in a circle. Which way is the fastest way back to the exit?
If the exit is where you seek, then you should make your way to the left.
Thank you so very much.
I will warn you. On the path to get to where you go, there will be some obstacles.
Nothing easy was ever worth doing, right?
Be careful.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Alibaba. Well, those were my two. We're looking to rely on you now, big man. All right, let's go.
You guys make your way off toward the left. Upon doing so, there is two paths that you can take. I will draw the new path on the area over here. You guys are currently in a place that looks like... Is that a wall? That is a wall, yeah.
Okay.
So you have a way to go this way or this way.
Okay. They could probably get rid of some of this stuff on here just for more con space.
What are you thinking?
There we go. You decide time. Okay, so forward or to the right?
Yes, because you are currently right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we should go.
Right.
Yep. There we are.
Okay. You guys make your way up and to the right. As you do, you find that as you get to this area, there is a screeching sound from behind you in the maze. You're not sure from where, but it seems very close. Almost like the screech of a banshee behind you.
Oh, fuck that.
Hey, we go forward.
You guys go
We go
forward.
north.
As you do, you do turn. You see off to your right from when you turn what appears to be a large dead end in front of you. However, again, there could be something there, or you can keep going further forward. I will say to specifically you, to specifically the one in the back here, Michael, you find that as you're stepping and as you see that the turns are currently making, there is a almost mechanical, almost
I
robotic sound coming from deep further in. You see a darkness sweeping in from around the corner you guys were just at.
I say we go.
Would you like to go
You just
right or left?
Which
I will
way's the dead
say-
end?
Left.
I will say, looking to the right and left, both of them appear to have something magical.
I do not be caring.
Which-
I go left.
Which way has the dead end?
You just passed the dead end. The dead end was right,
Okay.
right here.
Okay, I thought you said there wasn't dead. Never mind.
There was a dead end, but there
cool.
was nothing there from what you could see.
Yeah.
Okay. Left.
There's, you guys want to go left?
Yes.
We'll deal with the magic as it comes.
When you guys turn, there is another screech as whatever it is getting closer. You guys step forward. As you do, you guys can go right or left.
I want to be going. Well, wait a minute. What do you mean, right or left?
There is a path
or
to
left?
the right and there is a path to the left. I believe in
Right.
you.
I guess. Right.
I
Wait. Hang
want
on.
to say,
Hang on. Let me get down to here. Okay. So we're here.
yeah. You gotta go right or left.
Is there a wall in front of me, or is there like a nothing here? I don't know what's going. What is going on?
There is a
Feels like you're
way
saying
to
there's
your
a
left.
wall in front of me, right?
There's a way to your left and there's a way to your right.
Yeah, literally left, right at T junction.
Okay.
I say we
Right.
keep trying.
Wait. Right. Wait. Right. Left. Hang on. Left. Fuck it.
Okay.
You
I
guys
guess
gonna go,
left.
you guys gonna go on left? You picked left a lot so far. Are we being good adventurers and going left?
That's why I went right. It was a
I'm
dead end.
guessing. I am guessing. Me personally, me right here, I'm guessing. Nikolai is kind of guessing. He kind of like
Hey, so much.
You guys make your way off to the left. You swing around what appears to be the wall that is off to the left, and then you look back. You see a large opening just ahead of you, going into
Oh.
a dark room.
better than here.
Yep.
The two of you go forward into the darkness. As you do.
Are we out?
Good question.
You find yourself walking in a dark tunnel. The sounds from behind you of whatever that creature was seem to settle. But as you look back, you do see what appear to be very haunting guises of ghosts or some kind of specters behind, staring in your direction. You find that there is no path behind you any longer. If you were to go that way, you would have to deal with whatever those creatures are. And neither of you are sure if you have the things on you currently to fight against any kind of spirits or specters. You know that while you guys are in here, your magic is somewhat limited. You're decently sure that you will be captured if you return, and that is the best case scenario when it comes to these creatures. As you step ahead, it takes you a bit of time. A good few minutes of walking. While you're walking, is there anything you guys would like to say or do with each other? You want to get a good shot in and take him out? You want to say or do anything with the person in the pages you're talking to?
Do you have name? I do not want to keep calling you little man.
Michael Adams, he holds a hand out to you as you're walking.
It is very nice to be meeting you, Michael. My name is Nikolai Pietrov. It is also very nice to be meeting you. My English is it comes and goes.
Yeah, Nikolai has a little bit of English and a little bit of Japanese. Whenever we switch over to Japanese, it'll be the same.
Perfect. There'll be no confusion. It's like, I think you do fine. You get the point across. Exactly an easy language.
I am curious. Why were you in safe?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
To get this?
Motions to his armor.
Why would you need an entire suit of Templar armor?
Well, because I aspire to be Templar. I am what is the word? Bosnia, executioner. I believe it is what you'll be calling it.
Ah, I see. That tracks, I guess.
Yes. I am sent into places where I am supposed to be very scary. So I let other people do talking, and then I stand behind them and I look down at everyone in the room. And that is my job. Until I am supposed to hit them with hammer. It is very respectable hammer.
He just kind of adjusts his sunglasses just a little bit. I see. He takes a deep breath and sighs, then you just see this big, for the first time since you met him, a big toothy grin. Well, I'm kind of in the same boat. Exorcist, me. Well, exorcist, I suppose. Now.
Oh. Very respectable job. At least it was, I guess. Why you quit?
Because it was not a very respectable job, Nikolai.
Oh.
Much like the way they treat you doesn't seem very respective in general.
I know what I'm supposed to do. I don't question it too much. I just want people to be safe. As long as people are safe, I really don't care how people view me.
I feel the same
Neither
way.
of you have answered the question, though.
Oh, it is a ripped up book. She talks again.
Hello. I have been listening because you've been holding me, but neither of you have answered exactly why you were in, well, the armory that you are in, correct?
You see, Ruler, that's a very ancient technique called deflection. But I suppose there's no ignoring it now.
I've used it quite a lot myself.
I do not know what this deflection is. I was there to pick up armor so I could go to other city and protect people. I wanted to see if I make a difference on wider scale. Which is why I steal armor. It is very good. It is something I aspire to be, and it is very powerful. Like me, I am very powerful and big. So I want powerful, big armor with magic.
What city?
I know what it is. Right?
Before you say it, Nikolai, you hear Tosaka, right?
Yes, Tosaka City. Population, I believe it is 200,000 or 300,000.
It's a big boom.
I also know about like the whole like there's been like a war going on for 4 years and it's weird, right? Okay. Yes, it is war been happening for 4 or 5 years or so, and it is very strange. It shouldn't be going on for this long, I think.
The Holy Grail War. It's been going on for about 4 years. On average, that is around, 3 and 8 months longer than any other war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly correct.
You can't be serious.
You're going to the same place, aren't you, Michael?
Oh, what the fuck is today? Yes.
Oh, we were both going to the same place.
And we had the same idea to steal from the vault.
What is it you try to steal then? I steal this. So what is it you take?
I was looking actually for something that would call out to me if anything would call out to me. Had some ingredients with some feeding spirits and monsters and the like, you know. The materials for my rituals, but mostly anything that would help me keep myself alive and I suppose other people.
No, you're a summoned servant.
What? No, I'm not a mage. Magus. No, just some kind of weapon of some kind. Because I want to help people too. That's why we signed up for this whole thing, right?
You would need something to defend yourself in that city. If you did not have one of the powerful items here, you would most likely fall victim to the magics of this place within, a week at most.
Okay, well, unfortunately for me, they didn't have a spare hazmat suit of magic armor lying around, so we'll make do with whatever else we can find in here, if there is anything left in here at all, you know.
You can see if my associate left anything behind.
Do not worry about it, my friend. It is all Dermo. I apologize. It is all shit. You will find something good.
Yeah, that weirdly makes you feel a little better.
That item that
That
you
is
took,
good, my friend. We will have drink once we leave.
the cross that you took before. It is a very powerful item, is it not? Though, I find it difficult to believe that either of you could do much with it at the moment.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't just take this stuff. It's the trick with these ancient artifacts. They got minds of their own. I don't think this one's too keen to be helpful.
It is fine. There are plenty of fish in ocean. I believe that is how saying goes.
Yes.
You're right.
And if you cannot find anything here, then I will try to help you out when you get to me. I suppose you would call that a payment?
No, I'm not looking for compensation, but
Nonsense. Compensation helps everything move. That is how the world turns. It is commerce, yes? Yes, compensation will work. You'll get, my friend, something nice.
If that's the case, do you think that after you are done, I can hire the two of you for something else?
I think. Well, technically, I am out of a job.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
Something just entered the maze. Something powerful.
Judging by tone, I assume it is something bad.
It feels similar to you, Nikolai.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
No, that means that there's a Templar in the maze, Nikolai.
You do not understand, my friend. This is what I have trained for.
I don't think you would.
If I defeat Templar, I become Templar.
That's not how that works.
I am ready.
You're not.
I
No.
believe it will be a fair fight.
It's
It will
not.
not be a fair fight for him or her. I do not give shit. Either way, I shall win.
They are planning on destroying the maze.
It is not fair. There is not fair fight at all.
They're starting some kind of something at the other end. A flame?
Wait.
A flame. It's rushing forward. You have to go.
Come on, Nikolai, this way. Come on, come on.
You'll fight dirty. He will run.
You guys begin to move forward. As you hear the echoing of run going through your head, you guys find that as you move forward, the area behind you begins to feel off. You guys feel a similar holy energy from behind to what you were used to. However, you start hearing those same screeches from those spirits from before. The ones that were yelling and chasing you, beginning to almost screech out in pain. As you rush as fast as you can forward, you see, stepping into this large dark room, a single light shining in the center. As you guys look forward, you see an area completely only lit by candlelight and one magical shining beacon off ahead of it.
What do
You
you
see-
suppose that is?
You see papers scattered everywhere. You see symbols etched off into the different areas of the place, and off beside where the light is, you see a skeleton.
Shit.
Oh no. I believe that is one of the men that came down here before. The one giving me aid.
Oh,
I'm sorry for your friend.
Asfidun. Malahaya Maria. Olata Maria.
I think you were Russian.
It is Hebrew, my friend. I am praying for dead.
Please.
It must have been that flame. He had protections. The pages off around, they seem to still be intact. Can you gather them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah,
They're all over the place.
As many as you can grab.
I'll start on the right, you get on the left.
I would like for the two of you, as you guys are attempting to gather these pages, to roll me for your technique, please.
Okay. Still invisible. Is it still here?
It's still there. Don't worry. I believe you.
Okay, the dice roller's still there. Okay,
It's
cool.
right here. It's right in this area, right this
Motherf-
general area.
Fucking
Okay, cool. All right.
That's going to be an 8.
All right, cool. It worked. There it's in. 15.
Okay. I would like for both of you to roll me 2 more times.
And what
Okay.
am I looking for? Technique?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, 21.
Very nice.
Nope. That's a 3.
And that's 20. That's a 13. So 14. That's 21's my highest.
So 15 and 21.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my highest.
You guys are able to gather quite a number of these pages from all around. As you do, you scoop up all the easy ones that you can grab before you start hearing some kind of a very off, distorted sound coming from the hall. As you guys both meet back in the center again, you look back as you see this crawling dark flame that seems to have a golden sort of outline about it, as just creeping slowly in your direction. No smoke, but as it's getting closer and closer, the lights that are around look as if they snuff out and die.
Okay. We need to go.
You guys make your way over toward the light as you see the skeleton and the large book that's beside of it. As you look to the book, you see that it appears to be a copy of 1001 Arabian Nights.
I think I found the book where all these pages belong.
Huh. Why does this name look familiar? No time for familiarity. He just takes the folded ones out of his pocket. All right, put in the stack.
As you bring the pages toward the book and you grab the book from the skeleton, you make note the skeleton, as it moves, appears to have a blade sticking out from its chest. And as the blade is sticking out, it looks like it was stabbed in the back.
Your friend didn't burn. Looks like he was backstabbed. Literally.
No.
Well, swords only come out from the back to the front in one way.
It is unfortunate.
Michael, check the book.
All right. Who am I supposed to be looking for? Exactly.
You open the book.
Yeah.
You find inside the book what appears to be a single glove.
What the hell?
On the back of the glove, you see what appear to be some strange holy writings. You're not sure exactly what it seems to spell out. It seems to be very ancient. And on the palm of it, you see a cross. It appears to be a right-handed glove.
Mm-hmm.
When you look to it, you feel power coming from it. You can also tell that this person went out of their way to hide it inside the book.
He just wordlessly takes it and puts it on. He takes his other glove off and just...
As you take it, you immediately can tell what it is when you put it on. You take a holy saint's glove. This is one of the items that was upstairs. Whenever you wear this glove, any magical damage that you deal can be converted to holy damage. It also acts as a conduit for magic, giving you a +2 range of attack.
Well then.
But you know that this is most likely a pair, part of a set. But the other one is not here. We have to get you out. In the center there on the altar,
Right.
that's the bounded field for this place.
Really?
This may be wrong, but I know that it's not something that will affect them too much. I need to borrow that. I don't
You're not supposed to
really have any intention of returning it either.
borrow what?
The magic. I need you to use that. I need you to use that Saint's glove to take the magic of that bounded field into itself. It will destroy the glove, or it will not destroy the glove. It will destroy the bounded field around this area, but it will also allow me to connect with you and pull you to me. Whenever you get here, I require that magic to set up a defensive barrier. If I don't, everyone here in Tosaka City will die.
Fuck if they can build a new one. Here's my 2 weeks notice.
You place...
I like the way you think, my friend.
You place the Saint's glove down on top of the altar. As you do, you've seen bounded fields before. You've seen barriers before. You know that disrupting this will destroy the bounded field around the not Vatican. The Vatican, if you will.
He's contemplated that, but that entire other city doesn't have a cadre of fucking holy warriors defending it. So it'll be fine. Probably.
As you place the glove there and you activate its magics, the area around begins to shift. The light in front of you seems to break from the top down as if it's made of glass. You guys feel the area around begin to shake. The flames behind you that's coming into the room begins to speed itself as the protections of the barrier seem to disperse. As they do, you see a figure walking in the flames. A figure of equal height and stature to Nikolai. Maybe even a bit wider, carrying a large blade. As Nikolai, you get ready to get in there and get him.
Ruler.
There is a magic symbol that appears around the two of you. The papers from the book begin to spread out and encircle the two of you until everything in the room goes dark. You're not sure how long has passed. You're not sure exactly what happened, but the two of you wake up looking down at a very different sight. Instead of the city or the dungeon or the ground or anything, you see grass. You feel the wind on you. As you look down at yourselves, it's nighttime. At the very least, 8 hours beyond when you guys had gone into the dungeon area. As you look around, you see you're near some kind of a shrine. As you look toward the shrine, you recognize it. Not you, Nikolai, but Michael. You're back at You're back at the boss's shrine. You see in front of you what appear to be a statue depicting a lion dog.
Yeah.
You stand and you look beyond where the lion dog is. To what appears to be a broken home. You see a large compound behind it. Almost as if it was ransacked or something had fallen or a meteor had struck.
No. No, that's not right.
I don't see any of this, right?
Nope, you're in the same place. You see it. You see
Oh,
this
okay.
large residential complex, this large area where the shrine would be. You see most of the buildings that are there completely destroyed, as if something had came through and just knocked them all over.
What happened here?
Yeah. What the fuck happened here? He just gets up off the. He just brushes off the grass, starts walking towards the building.
Wait, I do not think it is a good idea to be going so. Oh, okay.
You step forward. As you do, you check out the area ahead of you, Michael. You see, stepping through and in, what appear to be exactly what you would remember the home being. Other than things being destroyed, however, you don't see anything else. You don't see bodies. You don't see too much signs of scuffle. You don't see much beyond looking around the area that you see here. Just places where places should be. You look toward the main room, the place where you and the boss and everybody would have gathered everyone at, and the one thing that comes to mind is you don't see nearly enough items that were there, almost as if the place was ransacked or stolen from. But you don't see any of them.
Oh.
None of the Ryudo family are here.
Oh. Is there someone here? Anyone? Hello?
I would not be screaming too loud. We don't know what else is here. Whatever
No,
did
what-
this might
back.
still be lurking.
You're back.
What do you mean, Bat Ruler?
I hadn't heard from you in a while. Are the two of you okay?
It's a final while. We're fine.
It's been around a month.
A month?
Month?
My magic,
You are pulling my leg.
my magic, it's not terribly efficient from that far away. Not to mention, I think the thing that had tried to stop you had tried to interfere. But you're here. You're in the city.
I know I'm in the city. I'm at my old house. What happened here?
It has been months.
Look around. Do you see any... how do I put? Do you see... What do you see upon the ground? Are there scorch marks? Do you see torches?
No, I see a house that's damn near empty. I see buildings ruined.
And it
I don't
wasn't,
see anyone.
it wasn't Lancer then.
Ooh,
Oh, we are accusing others now. Oh, perfect. I'd like to know what is happening so I know what I must be fighting against.
My
If it is servant, I need to be preparing much more.
worry is it could have been Berserker.
I need to be preparing much, much more.
You do. Both of you need to make your way to me as soon as you can. I'm not far. I'm, well, down the mountain. I can lead you here. I've gathered another as well. When you get here, I can explain everything.
You know what happened here? This family.
Several of the servants, they needed people. They needed, I guess, forces for themselves. They're continuing to fight each other. They're continuing to fight, and at the very least, I can tell you, for better or worse, they're not killing each other. The bodies of mages, they're good for what they're trying to do. They want a near endless conflict, one that will grant mana at a large rate. If you don't see any torches around, then it wasn't Lancer. And if there's no signs of fighting, then it most likely wouldn't have been any of the other ones that have large people behind them. I can only think of it being Berserker. I don't have much more information at the moment, but I can tell you more when you get here.
Fine. Fine. But I don't want any more. I don't want any secrets. No hiding, no lying by omission either, all right?
I will do my absolute best. What I can tell you is, again, there would be no reason for them to kill them. Have a little hope in that at the very least. They want endless magic. They don't want to waste any.
They want endless magic. I know exactly why they came here. And that's why when we're done talking about everything else, you're going to tell me how to kill a servant.
Luckily, I have just the person for the job, and you can give them as much help as you can.
Good.
Good to know we already have weapon.
You have to be careful. I can't hide you from them. The two of you are relatively wild as well. Get here as quick as you can.
All right. Give us those directions.
You guys feel that there is a direction or a feeling coming from just down the mountain. As you guys look over, you find almost like a beacon seeming to pull you toward the forest slightly. As the two of you begin to make your way, looking off in said direction, I think that's where we're going to end things off for the day.
Oh, that was fun.
Hey.
You guys did it. You didn't die.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
There were a couple of things that you guys could have messed about with in the maze. However, you did get 4 pages, and that's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them are already used.
Nope. You still have them. Technically, you have a whole book now, but you have 4 extra pages, is what I should say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like though, if we spent any more time in the maze, it would have gotten a lot worse for us.
You would have
because
had to have fight something, yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple of places where you were literally right on something. Let me show you guys the maze you were in.
Yeah, show me. I'm curious.
Yeah, let me see.
Let's get rid of a hidden zone. Boop. It's right here.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
There are a couple of places
Uh,
here that whenever you guys would have went to them,
Oh,
would have
it's
had
the
other
sun.
pages. Yeah, there's the little sun area. There's the very center. There are a couple of places here that were
That's the trap
certain baddies. There was one right up here at the corner that was literally making like another one of those creatures spawn, and you guys were standing there for quite a while.
Oh, fun. Oh, there's a question mark right here at the very end we didn't see.
Yep, that was another area to bypass. You could have that area there, if you would have came in from this side, would have been a cracked wall that you felt like you could have destroyed.
Oh,
Yee.
fun.
God damn.
There were a couple of those. You did it. You guys did it.
Hell
you made
yeah.
it in.
Well, that
Holy shit. Yeah.
Like I said, whenever we get into the other games, once the first session actually starts, if you guys feel you want to change up your skills and stuff, we can. We have up until the beginning of the third game before that's when everything is going to be finalized. That's also the beginning of the third game is whenever I'm going to basically lock down your guys' odd, your ode, my bad. Once you guys have your ode locked down, that is when your stats cannot be changed anymore. We will explain more of what the ode does, but essentially, for a lot of you, having more shield will be better, or having more health will be better. Different things go down, yada yada yada. We'll figure it out. You guys got good. I think it's hilarious that Nikolai is going to be starting with 2 extra AP than a lot of other people. That's going to be very interesting because that means you're gonna have a lot more combat options in a lot of them, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Being big man in armor and giant hammer.
Yeah.
I am Russian.
That too.
And you're rushing them down with a hammer.
You underestimate Russian bear. You never underestimate a Russian bear.
You know, I think I'm good. You do you.
Also, we're gonna have to get. I'm gonna have to make the cross sheath thing you guys got as well. That's gonna be a pretty fun little extra thing you guys have that you can either use yourselves or figure out something with. Again, when it came to it, it didn't feel like something you guys could relatively get a lot of use out of. Mostly because of certain stat distribution you guys have, but you can still technically use it.
Mhm.
Don't worry
We'll
about
figure
it.
that out later.
Yeah. Also, because your current highest stats are where they are, I was able to give a couple of pluses over to Stray here. We got a plus in strength from Nikolai and another plus in agility from Michael.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Now he's D++.
Man.
Yeah.
Pretty sad, honestly. I just caught that. That's fucked up.
What's that? Oh yeah,
That's
pretty
fucked
sad.
up.
Honestly, yeah, that was
Yeah.
written there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to make.
I think it's. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, we still
I
have
like
to make
how
a power for the glasses as well. I'll do that one day.
You know what my
It'll
favorite part?
probably be something simple like +1 to like fucking demeanor or something.
Who knows? I think it's very funny.
3 seconds in time.
I think it's funny that we got the reveal. Everyone's like, "Hold on a second, wait, hold on."
Well, we had to show off your holy garments.
Yeah. What does he look like? All gussied up in the priesthoodness? I didn't ask for that. Did I?
I also love just how fucking large Nikolai is. Whenever we were
He's
talking
huge.
about the silhouettes before, I'm sitting there like, a lot of people are gonna think Nikolai is the servant.
Yeah,
we were all convinced. It's like everybody's gonna think Nikolai's the servant.
That's
I am
a
not
joke.
servant, I am just growing boy.
What do you mean growing? As if you are still actively doing that.
He could be, you don't know.
You think I am not done growing?
He,
How old are you?
My family is
he
large.
drinks his milk, man.
I drink Russian bull milk.
He's still a head shorter than his mom.
It's hilarious to me how many people thought Anthony was the giant armored knight after he just finished playing a giant armored knight.
Very true, very
Yeah,
true.
right. Silly people.
Yeah, Anthony's
Now I
playing
get
Lysander.
I still, I never played that Pokemon game, so that didn't click with me, the joke at first. Some people thought also the hair made it was another female character. I'm like, all right, first of all.
But yeah, we have got it forward. We've got good.
Anthony's been typecast. It's true, I have. People have typecast me.
We will be able to show off more of things next time, as the third backstory game is going to have its own isolated thing, just like this one did, but it's also going to essentially lead directly into the start of the campaign as well. So just like this one is basically leading into a big meeting, the other one will essentially do the same. We'll see how things go. I'm going to end the recording here. Hope you guys had a fun time. We will come back to this next week for the final backstory session. After which
you'll just be eating popsicles on a clock tower.
That's true. That's true. You can just jump up and eat some
Chill
popsicles.
session.
Complete chill. Nothing's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna come over and just slap the ice cream out of your fucking mouth.
Nothing bad ever happens.
We're gonna end the recording here. Hope you guys had fun. We'll see you guys next time. Until next time, like always, later days.
Later days.
Das vidanya.